In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to plant your own garlic in your garden. And I'm actually just using garlic that I grew last year. You can use cloves that are from the grocery store, preferably organic of course, because they usually are not treated with a growth inhibitor. But you can also get seed garlic, and seed garlic is more expensive. Sometimes it's hard to get a hold of too. You want to start planning ahead in maybe late summer to get your seed garlic. But like I said, you can just go to the grocery store, get organic seed garlic and plant that. So in my case, I'm actually growing the garlic that I grew last year. This past growing season, just took some cloves, or sorry, some heads, and kept them. And usually you want to pick, if you can, the best ones. It's kind of counterintuitive. You might want to actually cook with the best ones and keep those for cooking. But actually the best heads will have the best cloves, and they are the most likely to germinate and produce really good garlic heads again this growing season essentially coming up. So it's going to be a simple matter of splitting off the cloves, digging a hole, plopping them in, covering them up, and then that's it. If you live in a very cold winter climate, some people do mulch their garlic with straw or some other type of mulch, maybe leaf mulch as well, just to protect the cloves from freezing. But in our mild winter climate, I usually don't bother. Even if they freeze a little bit, they might be okay. So anyways, we'll get started and I'll show you how to actually plant them. And one of the things that also I don't do, what a lot of others do, is they'll actually take a whole bed, like the bed behind me, and plant it full of garlic. You can do that if you eat a lot of garlic, but what I actually like to do is I actually like to sprinkle the garlic cloves in through all of my beds, and I put them on the edges, and they can actually help for some pest protection. So you'll see that I'll only plant the garlic cloves along the edges and leave the inside part for my regular plants, such as beans or onions or whatever. So let's get started. Alright, so first thing to do is you want to split off the cloves from the head, and sometimes a little hard to do, but it's just like you would do. And one thing that you don't want to do, if you can avoid it, is actually losing the skin around the clove. That can actually cause problems. The skin kind of helps protect the clove a little bit from damage. So, but we can still plant that. If it doesn't come, that's okay, because I got tons more. So we'll just spread them, take them apart here. Sorry about the helicopter noise in the background. So take them apart, and we don't need this part. I just throw it on the ground. You can also compost it, of course. So then essentially all we want to do, and let me just double check to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we'll do it right here. So I literally stick a hole in, and depending on how cold your winters are, can affect the depth of how deep you want to plant the cloves. But in my case, I'm going to only plant them maybe a few inches deep. Our winters, like I said, are not that cold. The ground usually doesn't freeze completely. And watch out for these little cloves that kind of stick on the sides. The little ones you can plant too. And then we're literally going to drop it in the hole, take our dibber here, and close it up. If you don't have a dibber like this, and this is actually a German one that is used for planting bulbs usually, you can see it's pretty old. The plastic is kind of cracking here, but it works really well. Solid metal, so it really can get into the soil easily. If not, use a trowel. You can use like a wooden dibber, whatever you got. So you have to remember where you put the hole, and what I actually like to do is just go ahead and just make the holes first and then plop the cloves in. This is actually a fun thing for kids to do too. You make the holes and then they just plop them in. And I didn't mention it, but when you put the cloves in, put them right side up. This is the root part. This is the part where you'll get a sprout coming out, so plant them this way around. If you plant them this way around, they'll probably still sprout. They probably will still produce a bulb, but it'll be upside down and may not work so well. So always do it this way. Show your kids as well. Plant them this way around. And so I usually try to space them maybe about 6 inches apart or so. I forget how many centimeters, but it's probably around 15, I think it is. So I put one here. I'm going to put maybe another one here. And like I said, I'm planting these literally along the edges of my bed. This allows me to plant other stuff in the middle, and I'm not taking up a whole bed for my garlic. And we'll just close it up. Don't need to be too fussy. Again, make all the holes. Get someone else to follow you putting them in, or do it yourself, and then just close them up again. It should really only take you maybe 10 minutes to do for an average size bed. You can go ahead and already separate the heads ahead of time indoors if the weather's not the greatest, and then when you're ready, just make the holes, pop them in, close the holes up, and you're done. Put mulch on, like I said, if you do have cold winters. And yeah, that's it. So there you go. It's that easy to plant garlic. Doesn't take much time, especially if you've got kids that can help you. And yeah, basically you just let it grow over winter, and then you can harvest it usually sometime in the summer. And so this way you can plant like hundreds of cloves of garlic if you want in a relatively short period of time. You can space that over a few days if you don't have that much time during the week, and just pop some in when you have 5 or 10 minutes, and you're done in no time. So I hope that helps you get the inspiration to grow garlic, and you'll have a huge harvest next year of fresh homegrown garlic. What's not to like? Plus, it does actually keep away pests in your garden as well, so it's got kind of a double purpose. So that's kind of neat. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care for now.